Andre, it is
Hi,
great to see you, my man.
nice to see you.
And this is a special day, Machine Learning Day. It's our day on the calendar. And I'm happy that we have Andre recording with us. And this day is about so many things. It's about machine learning, it's about the journey, it's also about the people. And what I want to start is with Andre. Gosh, you've seen a lot, you've done a lot. Tell us about your story. Give us a little bit of the gold dust.
Well, it's been a while. Yeah, I was born in Russia, right? I kind of graduated from college there, moved to Israel, actually lived in Israel for a few years, moved to the United States in 95. So worked for multiple companies here. So it's already 15 years, 16 years actually with Eros Corporation. So it was an interesting journey. So here I am.
You survived.
Yeah.
You survived. Now, if you think about that journey, living in all those continents, was there a place that you fell in love? Is there a place you miss? Is there a place you want to go back?
Well, each place has its own, you know, pluses, minuses. Actually, loved every country I lived in. I
Okay.
mean, grew up in Russia, has a lot of friends still there. Loved Israel, lived there for just a few years, still have a family there, visit sometimes. Actually, when I came to US, I was kind of got a job offer. I decided, well, why don't I try another side of the ocean? I was a plan was maybe like 2 3 years, and here I am after 26 years. I'm still here, but yeah, it's Israel's a beautiful country. I love living in the US on East Coast where I am right now.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, it's I think it kind of you just have to accept what you have, not to try to kind of change the place,
Yep.
but kind of absorb and feel the place, kind of feel the people, and this kind of gives you uh, kind of the love to where you live, to the country where you live. That's what I think.
No, I it's well said in so many places, and um, those are three places that have done just some great work. Rich cultures,
Yep,
very far away. A lot of things going on right now in Israel. It's pretty interesting what's going on, and
it is. Yeah,
um, it is. It's sad, and we just wish everyone peace. And
yes,
and if you even talk about machine learning and technologies, it is amazing what war looks like today, and
yes.
the data that goes into it, and the precision of it. Like I was just reading how many people have been killed in the last couple of days, and it's a tragedy, but it also shows you how laser focused they can drop things, both sides. Like you can really precision things, and there's a lot of tech running war, and it's
It
sad.
is right now. Yeah.
It is sad. But on Machine Learning Day,
Yep.
there are things we want to challenge people to do. So I thought people could be challenged to say, voice to text. Like, I mean, that is an incredible um, an accomplishment. Auto complete a sentence. Google Maps. I mean, when you look at machine learning as a user, not as a scientist who's worrying about the data and the cleaning of it and how the how the food is made, but just as a user, what delights you as a user when you use a tool and you just sit back and you're like, I cannot believe it just figured that out. What is it for you?
Well, it's a good question. I don't think anything, if anything, off the top of my head, but I think yeah, a lot of the things you mentioned, right? I mean, just recently, like you type in Gmail and it's a complete a sentence for you, right? And you just have to click a tab. It's definitely convenient. Yeah, I mean, we need this every day. Get email, try to put in another folder, and it suggests you which folder kind of it's to put it. I mean, it's a small thing, but it makes life easier. So I think, yeah, that's the goal, I think. Hopefully one day we will be driving to work, and be able to work as we drive, so the car drives itself
Yeah.
rather than use,
You
drive
said
and
something interesting also. It's like the fact that it knows what folder to put something in, or the fact that I mean, there is so much automation delight, ML delight, intuitive. It knows your workflow. It knows your not it, the machine, whoever,
Yep.
and it just sometimes just puts that step in there for you. And when it does it perfectly, it's
It
just
does help.
beautiful.
Yes, it does help, and the everyday tasks you do, and it's a small thing, as I said, in many cases, but it's all helpful.
Yep. Have you done any of the men's fashion where it picks your clothes, where it says like this is your tie and this is your pants? Have you done any of the machine learning on clothing?
No, I haven't, but my kids definitely
Right.
have all
No,
kinds of those social apps where they try those things.
well, listen, and as someone like you who has traveled the world and worked at great companies and also a founder, what advice would you give people that are looking to get into the space or want to do things in the space? What's the advice you would give?
Well, it's interesting. I've seen people very successful with computer science in this field. Different kind of people. Some kind of has a PhDs. Some people didn't have any formal education in computer science, and we're very good actually developers, architects. So I think it's you have to love the field, right? So if you're driven, if you like what you're doing, right? If you have a passion, if you have desire to contribute, you have creativity, I think that is a good field for you, and I think a lot of people do. So all these components, I think, important to to start, have experience in this area and succeed. So without love what you're doing and some passion and some desire to do something useful, I think it's you won't go too far. So that's, I think, what people need to think when they start career in this area. Do you really like it, or you just do it because there are plenty of jobs available, right? And you don't care actually. So I think if you do have this passion, you will be successful.
Well said. And I think people need to have that reflection is, everyone's hunting for that first job. It might not be the best job. Don't stay in it too long. Fine. Job finding is tough when you don't have experience. Great. Find the first one. Maybe you get lucky. It's the dream job. Maybe it's not. But if you're not happy, if it's not your passion, get out as fast as you can. Don't wait. Those 1, 2, 3, 4 years just go by fast, and it's tough. But I think you're getting gold here right now from Andrey. Is like, do your passion, find that passion. Some people find it early, some people don't. But I think you're giving us gold.